Hey you guys, Rockerboyyy here, and today is the day where I finally get to talk about Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I have finally seen the movie. I saw it like a couple hours ago, and may I say that it is everything that I hoped for, and even more than that. I thought, it was just such a great and awesome movie, and today I'm going to be doing my review for it. There's going to be spoilers in here, so get over it. If you haven't seen the movie yet, then don't watch it. Or if you have not seen the movie and you want to watch it anyway, I guess do it. But if you have seen the movie, then please continue watching. Man, this movie was just so cool. It was so awesome. It was just really spot on to like a Spider-Man movie for me, and I just really loved it. I really loved just a lot of parts of this movie were just so awesome. Most parts of this movie were just great, and I loved it. I was so excited because the early reviews were good, and now finally getting to see it, like, it just makes me feel so much better, and I'm glad I got to see it today when it came out. So yeah, alright, so let's get into the review. So first, let's talk about like the start of it. I really liked the start. It really brought up stuff about like what happened in the past of the MCU, because this wasn't really just mainly, it wasn't just a Spider-Man movie, but it was also a movie about the MCU. They needed to put the MCU in there, and I felt like they did a really awesome job with it, and it mostly had to do with Vulture's motivation. Now, I thought Michael Keaton did an awesome job as Vulture, and I really liked his motivation. It's very different from what we see in the comics for Vulture, and I think it really worked. It really works for how Marvel's doing this, for how the MCU is going with their villains and stuff like that. What I really liked is that it brought up from the stuff that happened in the first Avengers movie. How did that affect people and stuff like that? So Vulture, Adrian Toomes, his original, like, he was the original cleanup crew for the Avengers. He lives in New York, so he was like a construction company, and they were gonna like fix New York. He brought in a whole crew and everything like that, and then Tony Stark brings in damage control. Well, damage control is basically, it's actually in the comics, and he brings in damage control. These are the people who are gonna fix people, who are gonna fix the towns and everything that happens when superheroes do battle somewhere. They're gonna be the ones that fix it. So Vulture's crew, you're out of here, sorry. And then he ends up taking like the alien tech for himself, making him these awesome wings, the suit and everything, and he's basically a weapon stealer now. And why? And you know, it's just because he needs to make money somehow. He was screwed out of his last job, which I really liked. You understand. Like I heard it like when this movie wasn't out yet, but I like heard in interviews and stuff with Michael Keaton and the cast, like you really understand this character. This character, it's not like a villain who's like, I need to take over the world or stuff like that. It's just like, dude, he needs to make money. He needs to put food on the table. It's just like, you know, he's doing it a really bad way. Next, I want to talk about Robert Downey Jr. He actually wasn't in this movie as much as people thought, which, I mean, I'm happy with. Like, you know, this isn't an Iron Man movie. It's a Spider-Man movie, but I feel like the scenes that he was in were definitely, like, they were great scenes, and I just really liked them, especially the one after like the whole ferry incident and stuff like that, where he basically saves everything, and then like, you know, he basically shits on Peter. He's saying like, dude, what if someone got hurt, like, you know, it's all your fault and stuff like that, like, come on dude, you really screwed this one up, I'm gonna take the suit back. And I was just like, I really liked the dynamic between the two of them. Like, it was just like he seemed so pissed, and like Peter was just like, dude, oh god, I am sad and stuff like that. And it was just so great. Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr. together, awesome. Speaking of Tom Holland's awesomeness, I thought he was awesome. I thought he was so great as Spider-Man. He perfectly embodies both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like, you know, because Spider-Man has two sides to him. He has Peter Parker, who's this awkward kid who's like, who can't really talk to girls or like come up with good excuses if he's like trying to get out of somewhere, or he's trying to lie to someone. He can't really come up with a good excuse. Then you have him as Spider-Man, where he's basically, you know, he talks during his fights and he's just like trying to annoy his villains, but I mean, he's loving what he's doing. He's having the time of his life being a superhero, being like the Avengers who he looks up to, and it's so awesome. I just think he does such like a great job, and I love it. The story of this movie was really great as well. Like, you know, it just felt like this is like the right time to have this kind of story. It's not the time to have like Spider-Man has to take someone down because, oh, they want to take over the world or something like that. Like, no. It's just about how he sees some criminals who are selling some weapons, and he's like, these weapons are super dangerous, so I need to go take them down. It's not like, oh, someone is gonna take over the world because Spider-Man did something to them. They gotta do that. No, like Vulture doesn't even know about Spider-Man. He doesn't even worry about him because, you know, he's been doing this like business forever, and now, you know, Spider-Man comes along and tries to stop him, so now he's like, damn it, this freaking guy's gonna ruin everything. Great. So for the other characters, I really thought Ned was like hilarious. He was a hilarious character. I loved how the actor did it. He's like Jacob something. I thought he was great, especially the line during when he's at like the homecoming dance and he's just like on the computers at school and like a teacher comes up to him and is like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, so he's awkward too, and he's just going like, I'm looking up porn? Literally everyone in the theater was laughing, and so was I. It was hilarious. I also really liked Zendaya. I liked her character Michelle. I thought she was really, it was really cool character, because there's always that kind of person in high school who's like, yeah, I have no friends, but I'm gonna be an asshole to everyone. And yeah, it was kind of like, I know I heard in an interview, she was kind of like the emo girl from like Breakfast Club. That was like her, kind of her inspiration, which I thought was cool. What I didn't get about it is like, apparently she's MJ, which I don't get. Like at the very end of the movie, she's like, oh, my friends call me MJ. And I didn't get it. I was like, how is she MJ? How can she be Mary Jane if her name is Michelle? So I'm confused with that. Hopefully they get that cleared up. But yeah, Zendaya is actually MJ, so that's interesting. I also really liked how Spider-Man wasn't like really experienced in being a superhero, and it really like showed throughout this movie. Like he wasn't ready for like taking on these like criminals who have high-tech weapons. He's just like running in because that's what he usually does. He just takes out like normal like kind of criminals. Like in the beginning, he's able to take down that guy who stole a bike because it's a guy who stole a bike. Like really, it's not that hard. And there's even times when like he's bad at being a superhero. He stops someone who he thinks is breaking into a car, but it turns out this guy actually owns the car and everyone else knows that. So that was funny. But yeah, like, you know, when he actually tries, like, you know, he won't get the bad guy the first time because, you know, he's not used to the new suit, especially. Like he just got the suit like after Civil War. Like this, it takes place like 2 months after Civil War. So like, you know, he doesn't know the full capabilities of the suit, but like, you know, he's still able to get the job done, but like not all the time, which I really like. I really like how it's like, you know, the superhero doesn't get it done. Like he tries, but like he fails because, you know, he's not like a war veteran like Captain America. He's not a guy who's like been building weapons forever like Tony Stark. He's just Peter Parker, basically, which I really like. I really like the scene at the Washington Monument. That was a really good scene. I really liked it. It just showed how like awesome Spider-Man is, and how like, you know, he's not perfect in saving people, but like, you know, he still gets the job done, and like he gets rewarded because of that. Well, not really rewarded. He gets, you know, people are like, yeah, Spider-Man, he's awesome. The twist where we find out that Vulture is actually Liz's dad, dude, I did not see that coming at all. I thought that was really good. Like where Peter goes to Liz's house because he's gonna bring her to homecoming. And it just, Michael Keaton opens the door and he's like, what? He's literally like so awkward. It's so great. It's like, dude, I'm with the superhero, and it turns out my girlfriend's dad is the superhero is the supervillain I've been trying to stop. Oh, so awesome. And then they're in the car and Liz is talking to Peter about, hey, why are you always running away and stuff like that? Why'd you run away here and here and here and all these places where Vulture was also, and also Spider-Man was there? It was so weird, right? And then Michael Keaton putting it together, holy crap, Spider-Man's in my car. And then he tells Liz, hey, go inside, I'm gonna go talk to Peter for a second. And he's like, dude, I am going to fucking kill you if you try to mess anything up. I'm trying to protect my family and stuff like that, and you're trying to screw everything up, alright? So don't you dare try and stop me, alright bud? Alright, I'm gonna kill you and everyone you love. I was like, dude, Michael Keaton is so scary, and I thought he was just so great. as the Vulture. It was just so good. I really liked how in this movie they really showed how like Peter always running away and being Spider-Man, it kind of like affected like how his friends feel about him. Like he's running away, he never really gives like a good explanation about like where he's going and what he's doing. Ned was the only one who got it because he just finds out like, oh my god, you're Spider-Man, so like, yeah, I totally get it. But like, you know, it affects Liz especially the most. You know, he gets like rejected. She feels like rejected by Peter when like he doesn't show up to the decathlon, like saying like, oh, he probably doesn't care. And then he leaves her at the homecoming dance, so it really shows in her, but like he doesn't tell her like, hey, I'm Spider-Man, because like he understands I gotta protect her because I love her and stuff like that. So yeah. I also really like, you know, Peter's kind of like arc in this, where he has to learn the lesson like, hey, it's not about the suit that really like makes the man. Like, you know, he had a freaking building fall on him and it was just like, you know, he was trying with all his might, but he couldn't really do it. And then he's like, you know, he has to realize like, you know, he doesn't need a high-tech suit to like, you know, to fight crime, to like be Spider-Man. He's got these powers. He's not like Iron Man, who actually like needs this high tech, because Iron Man doesn't have any powers. He's just got a suit. He knows how to make weapons and stuff like that. He has powers, so he's able to will himself out. He freaking lifts the roof off of him and he gets himself out of it. You know, that was all him. He doesn't need the suit. It was all him, but the suit is awesome though. So, you know, it's always nice. The final fight with Vulture I thought was really great, and it really showed like, you know, Peter doesn't want to like, you know, kill people. He's not about like, you know, killing and stuff like that. So like he tries to actually save, you know, Vulture. Like he sees like, he's trying to, like Vulture's trying to run away and stuff like that, but he sees like, dude, your suit's about to freaking blow up, and he actually saves him in the end. And it kind of makes a Vulture just like realize like his mistake and stuff like that. And yeah, I thought that was really good. Love the ending of the movie. I thought it was really good. So Peter is possibly an Avenger. Pepper was back, which I thought was really cool. I thought like, oh damn, freaking Pepper's in this movie. I thought that was really cool. And possibly she's engaged to Tony. Maybe, I don't know. And there was a possible new suit that we saw at the end, which I thought the suit looked actually really cool. But I do like the original more, but like I thought that suit was like really cool. If he uses it one time, that'd be great. And also at the very end, Aunt May knows that Peter is Spider-Man. We see that at the very end of the movie. That was hilarious, where like he's got his suit back and he's like, yeah, I'm awesome. And then Aunt May is just like behind the door like, what the? It was great. And I thought the after credit scene were pretty good. So now we know Scorpion is gonna be the next villain in the new movie. At least I think he is, because I don't know, he's in prison right now. So he might get out. And then at the very end, the very last credit scene, Captain America comes out and is like, hey guys, I want to talk to you guys about patience. You know, patience is really good. Even, you know, you could have so much patience waiting for something, even though it might be disappointing to you. So that was hilarious. So overall, I'm gonna give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I know I'm probably like super biased because I love Tom Holland and I love Spider-Man and I love everything. But dude, it's just such a great movie. It was such a great Spider-Man movie. It was such a great superhero movie. It was such a great MCU movie. Like, this is probably one of the best MCU movies. Honestly, it goes near Avengers. It goes near like Winter Soldier even. I just thought this movie was great. I loved it. What did you guys think of the movie? Did you guys agree with me? Did you guys disagree with me? Because I really want to know. I really want to talk to you about this movie just because I loved it so much, and I just cannot wait to see more of Tom Holland, more of Spider-Man. I want to see him in Infinity War and Homecoming 2. It's gonna be great. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then please hit the like button, comment down below, and always subscribe to my channel. And yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. See you guys. Bye-bye.